Welcome everyone to my presentation. Is Virtuosa OP? Alright, maybe you saw it on the thumbnail, but over 3,000 people voted for that. Like I asked on my channel, on my Twitter, is Virtuosa OP? And over 3,172 people voted, and I have 127 comments about why exactly. And I picked the most reasonable comments. Why Virtuosa is OP? And in my personal opinion, she is kind of fine, but obviously we have stuff that needs to be fixed. But overall, I agree with the majority. She is strong, and some stuff has to be changed. Like some stuff is too strong. All right. In this case, first, thank you to everyone who voted, left a sweet and educational comment on the poll. I love you. Chef kiss for that. So, first of all, the stance bug. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft is already aware of that. That's why it's on the first slide. Every time when a minion attacks you in your stance, it can activate repost. So minion attacks me, I repost. And it is ridiculous. It works also with friendly fire. That means if I have a teammate behind me and he team attacks me and I dodge his attack, I can trigger repost, guys. In my opinion, this is a bug. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft will fix this in no time. So, next slide. And a really juicy one, in my opinion. Bash range is insane. The bash range is insane, guys. Like every time, like you see, Yong has to log on to me in advance. Like usually you can approach someone to the point, log on when you're close. But Virtuosa can you bash out of nowhere in teamfights, in gangs, and this can be also abused in a very interesting way. Yeah, I showed this to you. I showed this in the next slide. Oh, so the bash range 180. What is that? Well, so you know already, the bash range is insane, and that means in this example, like I know I want to finish Kyoshin off. I bashed him, but I get peeled. Alright? In this case, I have to get creative. Like, he punished me. He's out of stamina. I know exactly he cannot peel or keep me busy any longer. But I don't want to simply log on to Kyoshin. No. I want to surprise him out of nowhere. I log on to one of these guys, switch the target, and bash Kyoshin. So I can show you again. Like I know this guy cannot act anymore. I log on to one of these guys, dodge towards them to be in the right position, switch the target, and bash the Kyoshin. That's what I call the bash 180. A lot of heroes can do that. JJ can do that. Briar can do that. Hellman, he can do that. But no one is as good. Like, I don't know, Virtuosa is like a huge exception because of the bash range. That's problem number 2. So, yeah, I have to forget it. I forgot it. I try to make reasonable fixes at the end of the presentation. So right now, I just want to point out the problems. Talk about the solution later. So, what else? Unblockable range is busted. So, well, every time when you go into that stance, happens way too often. Also in teamfights, guys. Like here, I'm in trouble. Like I cannot judge my friend here, my friendly, my teammate, how he performs. In this case, I just stay back, in my stance, like, hell man, what is fear supposed to do, right? So, and I wait and wait for a opportunity to strike, and you see the range is absurd. It's almost ridiculous. It's the old pirate problem. Like, you can basically stay in a safe position, like pirate in the past. Like, pirate had an could throw a ridiculous forward unblockable pin, and because he's so far away, and he has basically has, of course, such recoveries, it was so safe and so deadly. So the unblockable range is just ridiculous. A lot of people complained about that, and yeah, guess what? I agree. So, problem number 3, the post checkmate. What is that? What is the post checkmate? Well, it's easy. It's an old problem, actually. It's a very old problem. When you have two heroes with full blocks or whatever stances, you're in a big trouble. Because everything you do is wrong. So I can show you again. Like, here we finished off Wamonga. And opa, oh no, you tap back. No, no. I scrolled forward. Okay, I'm sorry. So, everything Centurion is doing, like every move he throws, it's a wrong move. He tags us, it's a wrong move. He gets punished. He tags us with heavy, obviously that's very wrong. And now he starts to GB us, also wrong. There's no counterplay to this situation because of multiple reasons. That's problem number 4 or 5, I don't know, but I will show you solutions at the end of the presentation. All right, these are the major problems people pointed out in the poll, and I totally agree with them. Overall, I think Virtuosa is a balanced hero. In duels, she probably performs fine, but in Dominion, oh hell man, it's a problem. All right, guys. So, how to fix the problems? Fix the minion and friendly fire bug. It's a no-brainer. No one will complain about that. Reduce or adjust the range of the bash. Like you saw how ridiculous the forward movement is of the bash, and you can abuse that to do a 180 bash to press people. It's ridiculous. No one has that kind of range of an unblockable for bash. And yeah, same for the unblockable. Reduce or adjust the range of the unblockable. The range with the unblockable in combination with her pose or stance is just too good. It's crazy. It's OP. In 1v1, no problem. This won't happen. But in Dominion, we have to consider so many things, and this is one of these things, like range, positioning, the options you have to do when you're outnumbering someone, when you are outnumbered, a fair fight, and yeah, like in a gang situation, range combined with the unblockable, there's no way you can win that. Like, you cannot throw really often to the babysitter. If you land a move, you have to automatically be aware of the long range unblockable. And you cannot deal with Virtuosa because she's in her stance. You cannot GB someone, you know. Yeah. So how to fix that? First, adjust the range. Unblockable. Easy. So what about the post checkmate? In the past, we had stamina train on poses. For example, Shaolin had it, but they removed that because it was not that effective. But right now, with Virtuosa, we have one of the most effective, or let's say not one of the most effective, we have one of the most safest dances in the game. And to avoid babysit, or to stay forever in this stance, make Virtuosa lose slowly the stamina. So in this case, she can stay like maybe 3 or 4 seconds in that stance, and then she has to cancel it to recover some stamina. Right now we have only a stamina pause, but that doesn't stop her to stay in this stance, right? So in this case, introduce maybe stamina train, or the option I prefer is every time when Ubisoft is presenting us a new hero, in this case Virtuosa, they always introduce a new hero with a catch, with a new mechanic. The old mechanics, they never get a rework or an update. In this case, I already complained about that, about Kyoshin, when he came out. Like everyone's playing Kyoshin. What are you supposed to do? You being a Kyoshin in an anti-gag situation? Well, I guess I eat the full fortune cuts of the second Kyoshin. So in this case, every time when you GB someone, you should have more options. Right now, we only have the option to throw a light attack, a heavy attack, a zone. But we cannot dodge, we cannot use full block, and so on. And I really hope Ubisoft watch this presentation and see, oh yeah, we might update some core mechanics like GB, revenge tags, and so on, to to keep up with new mechanics. Alright, this is my approach for the post babysit. Alright, yeah, what else? Yeah, a lot of people complained about the pose itself be the safest move in the game, safest stance in the game, and yeah, I already mentioned it. I agree to that. I agree. And what is the problem of that? Right now, every time when she successfully counterattacks you, aka use a repost on you, damage is a little bit too high for that kind of risk. Like, it's 14 damage, and I think I'm always a huge fan when developer says high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward. In this case, they might, in my opinion, should reduce the damage by 1 or 2 points. So, that's my approach. How to fix Virtuosa, reduce the 2 OP section, and overall, like I said, I think she's a cool hero. I have no problems with new mechanics, but when you introduce new mechanics, make sure the old mechanics are able to keep up with them. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and leave a like. You can also follow me on Twitch. I play on a regular basis live on stream. You can follow my X or Twitter. Sometimes I throw out a poll. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Okay, guys. I say bye-bye. Until enjoy your day. See you the next time. Next video.